In 2002, 31-year-old Erica McKenzie suddenly collapsed on the floor and lost consciousness. Paramedics quickly arrived, along with a tall, muscular pastor. Erica could read the message in the pastor's eyes that her time was short. The pastor then asked her, "Erica, do you believe in God?" "I believe in God" was the last thing Erica remembered saying before her death. Next, her soul left her body, and she floated up to the ceiling, watching the medical staff try to revive her. Erica thanked them in her mind for their efforts, but she had already decided not to return to her body. As she had this thought, she clearly felt a tunnel appear behind her. Initially, the tunnel was dark, but it quickly transformed into a tunnel filled with light, warmth, and love. This immense love overwhelmed Erica at an incredible speed. Before her soul left her body, she had felt great pain. But now all the pain was gone, replaced by a wonderful sensation beyond words. She could still see her body lying on the floor, but she had no desire to return. She felt that her true self was the soul she existed as now. After passing through the tunnel, Erica saw the stars in the universe and felt the presence of a life form, as if they had known each other for a long time. She didn't see the physical form of this being, but she felt its presence and believed this was God. She felt God embrace her. Then, Erica began to communicate with God through her thoughts. Whatever she thought, God knew and responded. After some time of spiritual communication, Erica suddenly heard a strange sound, like an old projector running. A screen appeared in front of her, counting down 3, 2, 1, and then her life began to rewind. She found it strange that she could only see events from her birth to her death. Important things like losing her first tooth, her first day of school, graduating from university, falling in love, and getting married. Suddenly a pair of glasses appeared before Erica. She found it odd as her eyesight was good, so why would she need glasses? Moreover, the glasses were enormous, about the size of a small car, and she wondered how she could wear them. However, Erica received God's guidance to put them on, so she did. To her surprise, they fit perfectly. God told her, "When you're with God, nothing is impossible." Then, the old projector sound returned, and the screen started counting down again. 3, 2, 1, and Erica reviewed her life once more, this time feeling an overwhelming shock. Erica realized that in the first life review, she had seen what she, as a human, considered important. In the second review, since she was wearing God's glasses, she saw what God considered important. Many things she had forgotten, like a loving interaction with an old woman in her childhood, giving her last $2 to a homeless person, listening to and comforting others, and rescuing abused animals. After revisiting her life, Erica realized that the theme of it all was love. Throughout all her mistakes, God never judged her, only offered her unconditional love, free will, and heaven. God instructed Erica to look to the right. There, she saw God in a tangible form, raising his hand toward the sky. It was so high that she couldn't see the tips of his fingers. When God lowered his hand, Erica saw a glowing stone in the palm. God told her she was that glowing stone with light coming from God, and God was with her. Speaking, God made the stone roll into a vast, unseen body of water. The stone created ripples that grew larger and larger. God told Erica, "Humankind is the water, and you are the ripple." Erica struggled to understand the meaning of these words, realizing that her words and actions would affect those around her, and those effects would grow, just like the ripple. Erica believed that not only was she the glowing stone in God's hand, but everyone was. Each person carried the light of the Creator and could have a great impact, but whether they chose to shine was up to them. As Erica pondered this, God made her look again. This time, she saw endless bookshelves extending to the galaxy, and many gift boxes appeared, as if Christmas had arrived. God told Erica that when each person was born, God gave them gifts, and there were more gifts he could give. But there was one condition. God instructed Erica to look to the lower left. To her surprise, she saw the entire earth, and at the same time, she could zoom in to see every person on it. She even saw her home and children. Erica deeply loved her children, but in her soul state, she did not feel sorrow about leaving them or losing them. There was a clear awareness in her heart that she and her children were closely connected. Even though, from a human perspective, she was leaving them, in the spiritual realm, she was always with them. Suddenly, Erica felt an overwhelming sadness, as if she had lost millions of children in an instant, a feeling too unbearable. What is happening? Why do I feel this way? Erica was confused, and soon she realized that this sadness came from God. In the previous moment, Erica had tried to comfort God, telling him that his children on earth were safe and well, hoping he wouldn't be sad. In the next moment, Erica saw the entire earth engulfed in flames. As Erica panicked, God asked her to put on the divine glasses again to observe more closely. She saw that among the flames on earth, there were many lives shining with silver light. They were unharmed by the fire and shot into the sky like rockets, heading toward God's kingdom, a spectacular sight. However, many lives did not ascend and were burned in the flames. Erica urgently said to God, "Please, save them." "Can't you save them?" God replied, "This is free will. God does not force anyone to do anything. He has given humanity the freedom to choose. If they choose not to be saved, I cannot do anything." Erica then understood that the condition for receiving more gifts from God was choosing to believe in God. With this understanding, God could give people love and care, but if they chose not to believe, God would not interfere. The immense sadness Erica felt was God's compassion for these people. What about those who were saved? What was their heaven like? Erica looked in the direction they were flying. Erica saw God's kingdom, a massive planet so large that Earth seemed like a speck of dust in comparison. Everything on that planet looked magnificent, holy, and radiant. Erica immediately ran toward God's kingdom, wanting to join the saved souls and be with God forever. She felt strongly that this was her true home. She clearly felt that although she was running with all her might, it felt as though her whole body was frozen and unable to move. Then God told Erica that she couldn't stay in heaven because she still had unfinished business. She suddenly remembered that when she was very ill, she had prayed to God asking that if he helped her recover, she would do anything he asked. At the time, she thought it was just a wish, but now she realized that God had truly listened. She felt a force pressing on her head, pulling her back into the tunnel. A terrifying experience. This time, her experience in the tunnel was different. Erica felt she was in total darkness, as though bound and unable to move. She then heard a crackling sound, like static noise from a TV without a picture. As she focused on the noise, it grew louder, and a force pulled her out of the tunnel. Erica found herself in a place, floating in the air. It wasn't the loving heaven she had experienced, nor earth. So what was this place? Erica noticed that the crackling sound began to clear, and it seemed to come from countless people speaking in negative ways, such as expressing hatred toward others, self-loathing, anger, and hatred. As Erica heard all this, she felt her life energy draining away. She thought that if she listened any longer, she would run out of energy and fall. She called out to God for help, asking him to save her. The moment she had this thought, Erica saw light emerging from within her body. The whole area had only this small light. With this light, Erica noticed that just a few feet beneath her, there were miserable, suffering people in a pit, reaching out their hands, trying to pull her down. The scene was so real and terrifying, and Erica still vividly remembers their hands. Some big, some small, some thick, some thin, and even the shape of their fingers. Erica realized she was on the edge of hell. She prayed constantly to God to save her. Then a force pushed her, lifting her up to the ceiling of the emergency room, and Erica was back on Earth. She looked down at the lifeless body lying there, unwilling to return. But this time, she had no choice but to go back into her body. The next day, Erica's doctor came to check on her condition. Erica couldn't wait to share her near-death experience. Telling the doctor she had seen God, heaven, reviewed her life, and almost fallen into hell. When the doctor heard this, his face turned pale, and he immediately left the room. Soon after, a kind nurse came in. She told Erica she had heard everything from outside the door and asked her to remain silent and listen to her. The nurse said she believed every word Erica said and knew it was true, but asked Erica not to talk about it with the doctor, because that was not the place for such extraordinary experiences. The nurse explained that she had followed the doctor for 7 years, before realizing he was a complete atheist. She advised Erica to learn when to speak and when to remain silent. Erica quickly understood why the nurse had said this. Not long after, Erica's husband arrived with the doctor. Based on his atheistic views, the doctor believed Erica might be suffering from a brain disorder and sent her to a psychiatric hospital. Erica's children were still very young, and she had to be separated from them while taking a large amount of medication she didn't need. At one point, Erica was prescribed 12 different medications. While these drugs were helpful for those who truly needed them, for Erica, who had no mental health issues, they were almost like poison, causing her a lot of suffering. Erica soon realized she could not talk about her near-death experience anymore, or she would never leave the hospital. She had to lie to reduce her medication and eventually leave. When the doctors and nurses asked, "How do you feel? Did you go to heaven?" she firmly said, "No." In recalling this process, Erica said that perhaps it was a part of her life she had to experience, and she had learned many lessons from it. Later, Erica wrote a book titled Dying to Fit In, detailing her near-death experience, the wisdom she gained, and how she survived in a medical community that misunderstood and denied her experience, bringing inspiration and comfort to others who had similar experiences and endured the pain of being misunderstood. Erica McKenzie's journey did not end with her near-death experience. It was only the beginning. Her story continues to inspire, heal, and transform lives, reminding us all of the power within us, the gifts we hold, and the love that can heal even the deepest wounds.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.